I make better videos? Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. If you are new here, my name is Enrico Incarnati. Make sure to hit subscribe, like the video. Today, we're going to talk about how you can make better videos, and specifically 5 tips to help you make better videos. And in order for me to make better videos like this video, we need to start off with some espresso. So let's go take care of that first, and then we'll get into the video. Cool? All right, so while we wait for our espresso, I want to talk about tip number 1. And the first tip is lighting. Now, lighting, especially for my beginners, especially for people who are just starting out in video, just starting out to want to make videos if you're filming with your phone, however it is, lighting is going to be super important. You don't need to go buy a big fancy setup for lighting. You don't need to spend $500+ on lighting at all. What you can do, for example, with where I'm at right now, is you can sit in front of a window and use the window for that lighting, that natural light. I'm always a big advocate for using and utilizing what you have. So for example, we have a window facing me right here. This is creating the light that's on my face. Now, the nice thing about the window is that it's kind of a natural diffusion to where there's no harsh lighting on my face. You don't see any shadows around my eyes. You can see me clearly perfectly. Now, let's say you're someone who's more advanced with video creation and you do want to invest in lighting. That's totally cool. I'll leave some links below for some lighting that I like and that I recommend. I'm a big advocate, like I said, for utilizing what you have. We have this natural light source with a window. Utilizing that is key, because if you're someone who's just filming videos, like sit-down videos like this, always do it in front of a window, especially if you're at home, especially if you're on your phone. Utilizing a window to create that natural light to glow on you is gonna help you a ton with videos. So remember, with lighting, if you wanna buy lighting, you totally can. However, utilize what you have. Use a window, sit directly in front of it, and allow that light from the window to shine onto you when you're filming videos. Dang it. Now this is what I'm talking about. Oops, a little spillage. Oh yeah, just listen to this. Now this is what I'm talking about. That smells like success. That's hot. Hey Google. Off. All right, so we're gonna head to the gym, and then we're gonna talk about tip number 2. So I walked out to my car. It got sideswiped this morning, or last night, whenever it did. The mirror is now shattered. Sick. The day that I have to go do the most driving is the day where my side mirror gets sideswiped. It's all good, shit happens. Move forward with it. All right, so tip number 2 is transitions. The way I want to paint transitions is like this. So transitions, the way I look at transitions are whenever you're at point A, so whatever you're doing in point A of whatever scene, of whatever shot you're getting, you want to be able to go to point B in a smooth way. Now, this doesn't have to be anything outrageous or anything that's too difficult to do. For example, when I got into the car, that was a whole transition piece, right? We're going into the car, now we're setting up the scene that we're gonna be traveling somewhere. So getting in the car, and then you saw the drone shots, and now we're here. We're at the park where I literally just got those drone shots from. So it's literally transitioning from where we were, which was at my apartment, to now getting the car, and then drone shot, and then here. So it's essentially getting that motion of being like, okay, we're going somewhere, we're going on a journey, and that's here. But if you're just starting out and you just wanna make easy transitions to get from point A to point B, do this. So a simple way to make a transition for you, if you're at point A, let's say we're at the park right now, what you can do is cover your camera, and then wherever you go, so remember, you can cover your camera, slap it like this, and then hit record again because it's gonna stop the recording. And then wherever you go next, whatever the next scene is, you start recording, and then you keep your hand on top of the camera, and then you unveil it. And then that sets up the next scene. That's what's called the transition. It's a quick transition because you're going from point A, boom, and then you uncover it, boom, point B. So that's just like a quick, easy way you can use, especially on your phone and even your camera, to get from point A to point B in a seamless manner. Also, we have to go work out because it's 9:20 right now and I set my workout for 9 a.m. So we gotta get moving. One shred. All right, so number 3, and this is especially when you're using a tripod or anything stationary to hold your camera where you can't get a lot of movement in and it's kind of just in a fixed position, is using different angles. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna talk over these 3 angles I'm gonna show you, and it's gonna be of the same exact scene. It's just each angle is going to be different, and we're going to start wider and get in closer. So an establishing shot essentially is setting the scene for what's happening. Now, for example, in context with a gym setting, let's say we're going to do a squat. We're going to be squatting, right? You can use an establishing shot with getting the squat rack. Now you're setting the scene. Okay, so this is where it's going to take place. It's going to take place in this squat rack. And then the next shot, to get more intimate, is going to be maybe focusing on the barbell. Maybe it's going to focus on you wrapping your hands on the barbell, right? We're getting a little bit closer, a little bit more intimate with what's happening in the action. And now the third shot that could happen is maybe we see your hips squatting down. Maybe we see your face and the sweat happening on your face as with how hard you're working, or we see a close-up of the weight on the actual barbell with you going down with it. So there's so many different ways that you can build up a shot. Now, for example, what I'm gonna show you here is me literally just sitting down on my phone, texting or looking through social media, right? We have an establishing shot, we can see where I'm at, and then we get closer on my face, we see what's happening, we use a low angle, and then now we go from low angle to seeing my phone, right? It builds, and the key to that is you wanna get closer and closer. You don't have to do this all the time. These are just a change in angles to vary your shots. When you're using a camera on a tripod or your phone, try to get creative with it. The nice thing about iPhones is that you can zoom in, right? You don't have to just use the 1x magnifier. I'm gonna show you on the screen. You can zoom in on a shot. You can zoom in on a setting where you're at, and you can be able to focus in closer or further away as to what you're doing, and you can portray whatever you want to portray. You can play around with it, and the nice thing about having a tripod is you can adjust the heights, and I'll leave a link below for the tripod that I use if you're curious about it. Get creative with your angles. Don't just focus on one angle. Get multiple angles, try different ones out, and let me know how that works. We gotta catch a train. We have 3 minutes. We made it. Wait. So we are at George's barbershop here. Gonna get a haircut. I'll see you guys after the haircut. Looking rough. We're gonna fix this mess. And we are done. Fresh cut. Got some nice product in there. And yeah, honestly, much needed haircut. Also, shout out to George's barbershop in Brooklyn. Phenomenal place. Now, tip number 4 is a technique I like to call adding texture to your videos. Texture can involve adding B-roll, adding music, adding sound effects, anything that'll add just that little extra flair to your video to help tell a story or help set the scene or help set the mood. That's what texture is. So with adding texture, that is so important. The reason being is because a certain song or a single song can totally change the entire mood of a video. I'm gonna play you an example of a video, and I'm gonna play 2 different songs with it. So I'm gonna play one video, and it's gonna have 2 different songs. And I want you to see the difference between having one song versus another song in terms of how it just sets the mood, right? And let me know what your thoughts are. So you can see that it really does matter with music, right? This is the texture. This is what I mean with texture within what you're doing and what you're using. So sounds, music, like whatever it is, sound effects, those all matter because those all add texture, depth within the video. Now, I'm gonna link for you in the description some websites that I like to use. It's called Epidemic Sound and MusicBed. 2 great websites that I love. I'm not affiliated with them at all, just I'm a big fan, so I'm gonna leave them in the description for you guys to check out. And I highly recommend that you do it because I love the sound effects that I get from them and the music. I use them in all my videos. Again, this is not paid at all. I'm just a big fan. And this is gonna help you and transform your videos significantly. And that's gonna lead me to number 5. That is to always just stay learning and always constantly be learning, right? As someone like myself, I've been a videographer for 4 years now. I've been filming, editing, I've gone through 4 different cameras. I'm currently using a Sony a7R III. I'll link that in the description for anything that I use. It's all my kit, my gear. I have that on the link in the description for you. I'm still constantly learning every day. The video editing platform that I use is Final Cut Pro, and I'm still learning every day about things within that software that I didn't even know about. Always be learning and always just stay consistently growing, especially when you're editing, especially when you're filming, and especially if you're a videographer making videos and you do both, right? I know some people, they film and they edit separately, but if you do both, you film and you edit, like, always be learning, because there's always something you can learn. There's always something new you can do and something new you can just figure out and find out. So those are the 5 tips on how to make better videos, and judging by the sound of my washing machine, I need to flip it and I need to end the video. So with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please make sure to give a like and subscribe if you haven't already. And again, I will leave everything linked in the description box below. There's also a link there too to my Instagram. And also, if you guys want to work with me or inquire about how to work with me, video editing or video shoots, photo shoots, whatever you want to do, that will be also in the link below. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Be a fucking shark. I'm out.